There we are. It's already started. It's
We
yeah.
see some kind of Emery and Ursa.
Oh, it's
Maybe it's Ketis combo.
it is possible. Yes. I don't know this deck.
God,
Okay.
Adam.
Yeah, it is possible
Cool,
that it is something with Katis combo. It is an artifact with a lot of legendaries, probably. It seems like a 4-color deck.
Yeah,
And
and in the graveyard there's already a Mox Amber and a Emery, so
yeah,
I guess it's something of a combo with. And if he has grinding station, it could be
yeah.
Ketis
I
combo.
think it's Katis because he has no red, and
And he has
if you are
black,
not
white,
Jeska, yeah,
green lands.
lands. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's Keltis. Oh, he has
Oh,
also
he
an
has one
unearthed
and he has a Ketis at the
Keltis
back
in
of
his
his
hand.
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. That's the last
Oh,
card.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
it's against Tron with Patrick Stauffer that is playing Tron for this round 6. It is like Tron is not really good at interacting against this kind of decks normally. We will see. And he didn't do a lot of stuff, how to say.
Unearth and we
Unearthed
have.
for Emery. Let's see what he mills. Keltis is down.
Okay.
White tree.
So he has two baubles and
Wait.
a Mox Amber in graveyard as
Yeah, but
artifacts. He milled,
okay.
3.
Yeah. Is it this one? That he milled 3.
Yeah, I think he only milled 3 cards when instead he should have milled 4
4.
cards.
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately, they are
Yeah, they are.
progressing at a
Yeah, they are
blistering
progressing.
speed. So
I don't know exactly why, but yeah.
yeah,
Strange. Yeah. He milled the 3 cards: Katis, Mishra Bubble, and the black-white
marsh
Fetchland.
flats.
Now he has not the mana to play his cards for the moment.
He cannot play Teferi.
He cannot play anything,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, he can play engineered explosives, but
No, he can play something and something from the graveyard. Now,
he
now
could,
I think he will play the Mox.
Yeah.
No, the Mox is not really the
What he-
bubble, probably.
yeah, maybe he plays it on 1 and then blows it to kill the expedition map.
Yeah, this makes sense to me. I agree. I think he will explode the explosives, and then take back the Mishra bubble. I think. This is the play that makes more sense. He cannot play. What? Ah.
He uses it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He was just taking the damage. Like, what's happening? And then he goes for
blows
the
explosives. Yeah,
explosives.
yeah, quite, could be quite
Good.
expected.
Yeah, expected and good at the moment because it feels like
Oh.
triple Karn,
Yeah.
Forest, Ancient Stirrings, and Oblivion Stone is not something that goes down really easy without Tron.
Yeah. A
He
horribly
didn't.
clunky hand.
He didn't find. He found another
Yet,
2 Ursa pieces
yeah.
that he has
Already
has, but it depends. Loïc has a really. I don't know why he took the Mox, to be honest now, because
Yeah.
my problem in this, I understand it if he wants to sacrifice it, but the bubble is better in other situations. I mean, now he has just the option to sacrifice it.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. He wants to sack.
yeah, but if you sack
From
it, I prefer to still have the option to change my mind and go for the bubble, because
What he could do is to play Ketis and then to use the white from the Mox and then sack it next turn.
why white from the box?
Ah, yes.
He has blue
Good
the
point.
box. That's
No,
why.
but if he plays, he cannot play Ketis.
If
Yes.
he can play
Sorry.
Ketis, he has white.
This argument doesn't really work. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I think it was better to have the bubble
Yeah.
to get
To
one
draw
more.
a white
Yeah,
land.
yeah.
Basically.
He has to find the white land, I think. Also because looking at this situation now, he has the possibility. His opponent Patrick has the possibility with a land on the next turn just to blow out,
His
take out the
entire.
Ambry.
Mhm.
This way, the situation is not at his best. I feel like I don't know.
Okay, so he makes a blue mana
Yeah,
and
another grinding. He sacrificed it. Yeah, that was in the plans.
even
That's
even
not a
Mox
good mill.
even Mox Opal doesn't help.
No,
Ah,
yeah, it would help Mox Opal because he has another grinding station in his
yeah,
hand
yeah,
with
yeah,
and and he could go for Celtis then, but
He knows that if his opponent top decks a land, all is
all the things that are
yeah,
on the table are not anymore on the table. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
it's
maybe play something like a Teferi, and yeah.
oh, the finish is the Jace for 3
Mhm.
blue mana. Okay. Yeah, the deck is really interesting. I'm not sure about that. I think searching the land is the most important thing at the moment because
Definitely, yeah. I now I cannot agree more with you that Bobble would have been much better.
better. Yeah, he has a ton of black mana.
Yes, but no white mana.
Yeah, all the useful spells like Catus would be useful. The Tappery would
So
be
what did
useful.
he do here?
He's
He just
thinking.
made a mana out of the blue, out of thin air.
No, the from the
Yeah,
from the Mox cat
yeah,
that
yeah,
can
yeah.
give every color.
Exactly. Sorry for being stupid.
No, that's not what I wanted to
Go
say.
go. So he casts a Teferi without white or a Ketis.
I think he won.
And still doesn't give anything but blue mana.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
he plays
Jace.
Chase,
Jace.
yes. Yeah, why not? But
I feel like Jace in this moment
yes, not a,
is a Mishra's bubble, right?
yeah, it's it's a very expensive Mishra's bauble.
It's a Mishra's bubble in this turn, how to
Yeah,
say, but still a Mishra's bubble.
I mean his opponent can still not draw a land, but
He has a land, I
uh,
think, no?
yeah, he
He has.
doesn't know. I
Ah,
mean,
okay, yeah, yeah,
Loïc doesn't know, but
sure. But
it's
he just played the nonsense
yeah,
rings with.
exactly.
Or maybe he found the land with the strings, or
I don't remember. Ah,
yeah, he
yes,
took the
yes.
mine with the strings.
Uh,
Now I
so
think he has to. I don't think there are discussions about this.
yeah,
What he has to do now.
thinking about if you should wait until
Yeah,
Emery and Tubbs
maybe
or
until you are dead.
yeah, exactly. Until he can
A lot of people
grind.
do fancy stuff like
Yeah,
with Oblivion, so I just wait a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
In this case, I don't think you
It's
want to make him
no,
draw
it's
cards, play spells,
no,
and
no, no. It's
uh,
it's this control player's reaction that you always do it on your opponent's end step, but it's not
yeah,
really
no, not in this case.
not
Oh,
not
blue
an,
mana. It's useful, but not really.
yeah.
But the card that he drew before is
Oh,
really useful.
Astrolabe. Okay,
One of
perfect.
like the best draw engine
Yeah,
that modern has, I think, probably.
yeah. It's like a ponder that also fixes your mana.
Yeah, it's crazy good card.
Yeah. If ever you play Pauper, you know how good it
Yeah,
is. Okay, so
Keltis,
there.
Keltis moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, the matchup is horrible for Tron.
I guess,
I mean, the only possibility that he has
especially if
is,
he doesn't interact with the graveyard.
yeah,
It's
he needs
yeah, grave hate.
the relic
Yeah.
of Progenitus a little bit fast to have the time to develop, and he had a really slow start also.
Yeah,
This
he
way,
still has no Tron.
no Tron and triple Karn in his hand for.
Mhm.
Now,
So yeah,
Celtis works like this. He can remove double legendary card from his graveyard to have the access to play every legendary card that he has in his
in his
graveyard in this
graveyard,
moment.
meaning all the Moxen and
Exactly.
all Emery and so on.
Exactly. And now the idea, I think, is just going for like a Moxen, get to 4 mana in the. He cannot do it now because it's not.
And mill yourself with the grinding stations.
Because he has again the problem with the Mox, because now he wanted to have blue from this Mox, and the Mox is giving black, white, and green.
So we see why Mox Amber is not a Mox Sapphire
or the greatest Mox ever. It's good in the right deck,
but it's usually it gives you something when you already have something.
Yeah.
It's unlike the other Moxen which give you something turn 1.
It's a cooperation between cards.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because if it gave blue, it could have been interesting, like just Mox, Embry, Mox, finding other stuff, and then using Catis again and going off a little bit, maybe going already to Jace. The question is also, how many Jace does he play?
Yeah, that's a good question. How?
But I think he can also just grind the clock with your opponent. And
exactly. I mean, usually in the beginning of the game, like at least he will grind himself. And then once he has a combo up with Ketis, he can still grind out his opponent. Or mill, as the old school guys say. Okay, another Astrolabe. Really cool deck.
Yeah.
I think
I like it.
Tron interacts like game 1, except for a Relic of Progenitus. He has no interaction at all.
He has Karn, I think.
Yeah.
Little
that's
Karn. That's one of the cards that could be do something in this because.
Yeah, Karn, great creator, making it so that all of these Moxen make no more mana.
Yeah, and that's a little bit easier to. And also the Astrolabe doesn't give mana,
and the grinding station.
And the grinding station does nothing. Yeah. It taps. That's.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I understand why
this time
he
milled 3. Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I understand now why he milled 3.
Misunderstood that the Emery is a grinding station.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
when you have
all had exactly the same idea as I. So he probably forgot.
Yeah, the classic things that you do. The classic things that you do when you have. You play the same deck a lot of times, and you just confuse one card with the other, and you are like, okay.
You draw a ponder, and then you brainstorm. And
yeah, exactly.
It's not good.
No. The result is not optimal. Now he's doing what we were thinking before.
Exactly.
Now he has blue mana, and he can do
3.
this. Milling all his deck, and then just going for a big mill on his opponent. I think it will not be a problem to mill him out.
Okay, now he makes some Thopters too.
Yeah.
Mill 3.
And the fact that he makes Thopters makes it so easy to mill him out, so that.
Yeah. Now at least he does something.
He's removing 2 cards every time because the new cards that go to the graveyard, we have to remember, are not something we can play because they are not affected from Catis activation from before.
The first Catis activation, yes. So another Mox. He gets a Thopter, and then he uses it. He doesn't even tap the Mox, it seems. He sacked the Thopter, and then now he probably taps the Mox and sacks the Mox.
Yeah, it seems like kind of over.
Yeah, his opponent wants to have some fun and watch Loïc play out funny combos.
Yeah. It is a cool thing to do if he played against this deck for the first time. Trying to understand what's happening is what you want to do.
Yeah, but Loïc still has 2 Moxen in hand, which he can continue for some time, just milling the stuff that he has in his hand.
Token, then sacrifice the token.
Then
Grinding should
untap. if he forgets that,
now it is.
yeah, if he forgets to untap the grinding station, that would be one way to stop the combo. But
yeah, I think at the moment it's kind of the only good way. I mean.
Okay, and now he has gone over to the to milling his opponent. And also, he should untap the station because otherwise. Okay, another 3.
Yeah, 1, 2 times. Again.
Now he gets a topter.
He does it again.
If he doesn't forget it, he forgot the topter. So
now
mill 3.
He should have taken white mana. This way he could play also the Teferi.
Yes.
I think.
And he also forgot the topter token.
I think the topter token he did it before because it's on the cast.
Yeah. So
he has still plenty of artifacts. We can go through this, but through the motions, it's just he removed the other 2 cards. He has again. He will mill again. Will do a token.
4 more Moxen he can play and tap and sack. Now he doesn't even tap the Moxen anymore because
I think he knows that he has the win.
Yeah.
The only thing will be like Ulamog will get reshuffled, right?
No, Ulamog, the ceaseless hunger.
Yeah, it's
the old one was with reshuffle. Ulamog,
true.
Infinite Gyre.
Maybe he plays Emrakul.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
If for some reason he plays Emrakul, he's very safe.
It's very annoying also.
and because the chase is removed, I think there's no way that Loïc can win with combat damage because he has like 1/1. Well, he could make 1,000,000 topters.
Yeah, I think
it's
just whatever he wants to do.
Yeah,
he will win.
he tries to save time, but his opponent is not very cooperative.
No, he's cooperative. Look at this. He is doing the stuff. He is.
Yeah. He mills 3. Okay. So another mana and another. Oh, now he plays the fairy. Okay. Somehow that leads to concession.
Really interesting deck. I'm really happy to commentate this.
Yes.
It's
Ketis is such a cool card.
Yeah,
it's such a strange card and such a cool card, and that it came out around the same time as Emery really leads to some
crazy
things like this, which are very, very complicated combos.
Yeah, it's really interesting. The only not interesting part is just going into the motions when the game is over. It's like a lot of this kind of decks.
And like, it's not a loop, so you really have to do it all
the stuff.
And if you don't mill 2 legends, there could be some case where you cannot continue, but chances are so low.
I don't think it's really. It depends on which moment it is, but now it was just like really hard.
There was not really a discussion.
I think there was no discussion about it.
We shall see once the Tron player has some grave hate and.
He will have also some artifact removals. I don't know if they will be really useful, to be honest, because they are just against their grinding station, I think. Because
it seemed as if he boarded in 3 or 4 Nature's Claim, 1 Dismember, and a few Relic of Progenitus.
Yeah, but Nature's Claim, in my opinion, it seems like... I think it's... it looks better than what it is.
The problem is that most of the cards can be played from the graveyard, except for the grinding station and.
Yeah, but the grinding station does an activation anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's a bit something you think. I play against
an artifact deck.
Exactly,
and then you're like, oh, this is crazy good. But I don't think it's crazy good. It's fine. I would also probably side it in, but at the same time,
it's not a good sideboard card.
It's not like great.
It's not like Stony Silence or something.
It's just because probably you don't want to have in your deck like I don't know. It's also like a Wormcoil Engine or things like that are not like crazy good. better.
I think that's a
They're
very
pretty
nice way
bad.
of putting it. Not crazy good.
Not crazy good.
Something which has to attack 4 times.
You can play it on turn 3.
Yeah, sure, but still it's no good.
No, it's
it still has to attack. It still has to attack 4 times, and probably, or 3 or 4 times, and yeah.
I totally agree. I think Relic of Progenitus is one of the best cards, and I want to see, because this deck list doesn't have a lot of them. We are looking at some deck lists, and I see they are trimming a little bit on the relics.
And Karn. I mean, Karn, the Great Creator, would be really great.
If the deck lists are a little bit like the deck list we are seeing online, it's between 1 and 2 Relic of Progenitus. This is not.
Hogak time is over, and everybody skips on Grave Hate.
Yeah, that's the moment where Hogak will shine again. Not a Hogak, but no Hogak will shine again.
Yeah.
If there are some decks like this today, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. Karn, the Great Creator, is the real hate card that he can have. I think between main deck and sideboard, probably he has like 2 graveyard hate cards. That doesn't feel like a good amount.
And he has some Sorcerer's Spyglass, which in some situations may be good. Yeah. But yeah, it's looking very grim for
Sorcerer's Spyglass is also one of the problems. Is there are Teferis. This way, it's there for one moment, and then at some point in time, you just say, "Oh, there is not anymore this sorcerer," and you're like, "Oops,
yeah,
I'm
at least
dead."
Karn is good in that regard. That there's no way around him.
Yeah, and at the same moment, he's searching up for something useful.
And also, if like in the last game, it's a 4-color deck, so if Loïc has some problems finding his colors, it really screws over the Astrolabes and
I think
Moxen.
I think Astrolabe is, if he doesn't have the Astrolabes and the Mox, like to be honest, I feel like game 1, Tron didn't draw had a good draw. But Loïc had a terrible draw.
Yeah.
I mean,
and still he wins easily.
He won easily. And I feel like if both have terrible draws, I feel Loïc crazy ahead. I think Loïc has to have a bad draw to make it a game. We will see, but.
And also, it's not optimal to have a 5-card mulligan and to not have any grave hate or anything relevant.
He has 2 pieces of the Tron. If he gets the third one, he has no threats, but still he has an Oblivion Stone. That if you do an Oblivion Stone, kind of unexpected Oblivion Stone can be really good.
And we see that Loïc himself doesn't have too much at the moment. He has a bauble to draw a card, and that's more or less it. The wrong Karn.
But it could be good. That's not a good draw.
More Oblivion Stones.
Yeah, if he drew like the piece of the Throne or something to search it, in this moment, his situation was really good. Now, more time you give to this kind of deck, I feel like he is not in a great spot.
Yeah, and his opponent drew Oko, which maybe in this matchup also doesn't do that much, but still can be a clock. So both players not doing too much at the moment.
Yeah, it's interesting.
At least he has a Warping Whale, which can kill Emery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm just trying to point out the positives.
I see it. But at the moment, I feel like he needs this Throne piece.
Yeah, sure.
Really fast.
Otherwise,
if he wants to do something.
It's even hard for him to activate the stone.
Oblivion Stone, yeah.
Oh, and just in time,
also,
Emery.
Your opponent could just go for Oko, make your Oblivion Stone a 3/3.
Exactly. And I imagine that would be one of the stronger moves now, because he doesn't know that Patrick has a second stone.
But then he cannot. It is to say, Oko protects itself alone just because it has so much loyalty. This way
and it seems he goes for Oko.
No,
no,
Sai.
for Sai. Okay.
I didn't see Sai, but
Sai
is
and
great at the moment.
one, exactly, and one token, which is
perfect.
You can commit a little bit to the board, and at some point the opponent will probably have to use a stone.
And to be honest, at the moment he committed kind of nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's one card that draws a card, and one other card that he had that drew a card in the before. The only card that he really loses is Sai, because the other card mills 3 cards and is into graveyard for Emery maybe later. I feel like he is not committing too much, and at the same time it's a great board. This way,
and
Patrick is really happy to blow up this board, but at the same time Loïc is not like...
Yeah, and if instead he had played Emery, it would just die.
No, I think it's the correct play.
Way better like this. And now every card he draws with the bauble, every 0 mana artifact is great.
This deck is really sweet. Oko is also
plays every cool planeswalker, Teferi, Oko.
Yeah, exactly, the new ones. But
really annoying.
Wow. He drew a mana artifact and an astrolabe.
Yeah.
I think now he is interested probably in the future at using Oko. Also because he has infinite protection with the 1/1s and Sai, and I feel there is just one option that is just top decking the Ursa.
Yeah, and he even has another land, so he can play, make all these Thopters, and then
Okay.
The question is if you play here the Oko here and just make your opponent's stone into an elk. Yes.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
I think it is the correct play.
Yeah.
The question is, did he mill the land with a grind station? Because he saw the first card from Patrick and decided to mill Patrick instead of milling himself. I think it is probably because he saw the Tron piece or something to search it, because I don't see another way. Why should you mill your opponent instead of your?
Especially if you so depend on Emery and on your graveyard.
Yeah, and this spot for him is just crazy good this way. He is trying to...
Okay. So we already see that quite a lot is committed to just killing Sai.
Yeah, this killing Sai is because at the moment the plan of reblowing all the things up with
it will never work, because
it will never work, exactly,
because of Oko.
Yeah, I think looking at this now, when Loïc decided to mill Patrick, should Patrick not sacrifice the land to draw a card?
Yeah, I think so.
Just because why would you commit to milling me 3 cards if it is not something that I really want? I don't know.
Especially out of the blue, as a deck that wants cards in its own graveyard.
I think maybe it was the right move from Patrick, just sacrifice the peak land to hit the card that isn't the top. That has to be good, because or Loïc is doing a really good
like a double bluff, and unfortunately Patrick didn't catch up on it.
I don't think so, because it makes not a lot of sense.
And here we see life totals are highly irrelevant, except maybe once Loïc wants to go for the jugular and he begins making elk tokens himself.
Yeah, but I think that will be still fast, really fast. I don't think you want to count the lives, because it's so fast that it's also not relevant at that point.
I think.
Yeah. If it
now he draws the card. So he somehow seems to have remembered.
Oh, he found the
third Tron land.
The Tron land. That's really good. Now he goes for Oblivion Stone and kills all. Yep. That's a top deck, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. That's a top deck. Let's see. He blows.
I think if he does that,
he will answer and mill himself.
I would probably have attacked first. If he does that, Loïc will mill a few cards, and yeah.
I think attacking makes no difference because if he blocks, it's
at least if he acts in any way logical.
Yeah, because if he attacks, it's like he attacks the player. He has to attack the player. And
it's very obvious that you have
something happen. Why? Why are you not attacking the Oko? But yeah, I can see it. I agree with you that the correct move would probably be that.
I think that the difference is very minimal.
Yeah.
So both are set back, but Loïc still has more cards, and he has.
It has the card.
Ketis, exactly. So we see legendary land and Teferi removed to replay some.
Yeah, he will play again. I think Emery and the box. He would be really happy
Shouldn't that cost 2? I mean, he has only 1 artifact.
No, because Keltis makes it pay 1 less, right?
Ah, yes, sure, yeah. It's 2. Yeah, sure. So it's double discounted. Yeah. Really cool deck. This deck plays legends from 4 colors that seem highly but it's very, very.
They are all sweet. We have to say they are all sweet cards. I really like it.
A very convoluted deck, and
no, it's. I have to say that the difference now is heavy because the Ursa player with the Ursatron is different from the Ursa player without the Ursatron.
Sure, yes.
Is a little bit more.
Now even something as simple as
What's happening?
I don't know. He seems to think that he has to remove 2 other.
But it's legends? Not useful. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like.
Okay, but he draws very mediocre.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Carney was in hand from before. Now let's see what he removes. Probably Ketis. Yes.
So, yeah.
Good. So he did it right.
Ooh, and
I think even drawing a walking ballista or something, which usually doesn't make too much. If you have Tron, you have so much mana that you can shoot down.
It's really useful, yeah. But at that point, it was like the second stone, Oblivion Stone. Having the second Oblivion Stone in his hand
and
at
using
the same
it in 1 turn, because otherwise it gets OCO'd.
Yeah, that's the surprise, and getting the Ursa land from the top, pretty good.
So we have Unearth here and Engineered Explosives. And is this a Mox?
It's a really interesting game. At the moment, it feels like the Tron deck could get there. I mean, getting back there on his feet, because he felt pretty in troubles for some moment. But now, there is no Celtis in the grid, right? Okay. Yeah, he has to mill the Celtis to get there. 1, 2, 3 Celtis. Okay, now he reanimates Celtis, and there will be stuff. Things will happen.
Maybe not this turn, but okay. The first mills more. Here comes your move, and here.
Now, what can he do? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Okay, what should he do? It's interesting.
I just wanted to say he probably removes Oko and Mox Amber, yeah.
Now he wants to get his board large, it seems, because he will try to play the Sai, I think, if he can get 2, because at the end Sai is a threat that is really good against
Tron, yeah.
Against Karn.
Against Karn, and it makes a lot of.
He milled 2 Mox and Oko. And another 2 Mox.
Wow. 2 Mox. So he's running
very
hot.
The game is over.
Yeah.
That's what I think, but let's see. Oh no, he has not the. Oh, he has still 2. Okay. It's interesting. Yeah,
so
he will
remove
2. He wants to play the Sai and continuing going for the mill, I think. Now he should be ready to rumble. He has still mana. Yeah, 3. This way. Now he will play the Sai, and then after the Sai he will play the Mox and start to mill. I don't know if it is enough, but it's 6 for 5. Oh, and he can play a second grinding. That doesn't change the mats.
And he can.
I think.
But he can redo the loop with just the stuff that he has in graveyard.
He has 5. He has 6 cards. 5
Another
cards.
3 legends now in
for
graveyard.
6 is 30. 30 other legends. 30 is just in his hand because if you play, he plays Sai and then he plays the Moxen and. Is Sai removed? I am speaking about Sai, but.
I think he removed it, but.
Is the last card not Sai, the card that he has in his hand?
I'm not sure. He has never made any attempt to play the last card in his hand. I think
Did they invent that Sai was there?
Okay.
Oh, was the last card Sai?
Yeah, now it is in play.
Okay, I think he did something wrong with that Sai. That Sai should not have been flipped over. It was a card that was in his graveyard, I think.
Yes, and also he should have probably played it way earlier because then he would have gotten a ton of Thopters.
Yeah, that's again, it's inevitability. I mean, the game is over. Point. Every card makes a token, and untaps with the token he untaps the artifact, the grinding station, and with the Mox he untaps the grinding station. This is 6 cards milled
per
every
cycle.
card.
And he has now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
too many because the Mox go back into graveyard.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
Way
so he has 6, then 4, then 2, and then
Yeah, it's too many cards. I cannot count this large number. It's my mind doesn't get there.
It's probably 2 times his library.
Yeah, I think so. And if you would like to, he could mill himself to have maybe some other cards. But it feels like
some Thopters, but it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, I think he is announcing that the Thopters do 6 and 6 and 6.
Yeah, 3, 6. Yeah, and he's doing that now. He has 4 legendaries.
There is also a Mox. He is not putting the other Mox. He didn't see the Mox.
That's the one foil Mox, which looks different.
Yeah, it's different.
Never play foils and normal cards. So I think it's just seconds away from Patrick conceding.
Okay. This game is over. The deck is really cool. It has some interesting interactions.
Yeah. And also he plays, I saw that one of the cards that he removed, like this bottom card is a legendary land.
Yeah, the Minamo.
Minamo.
That's why he is playing, I was asking myself in game number 1, why was he playing Jagbot? Urborg. Why should you play Urborg?
Because
you don't need double
land,
because it's a legendary land and it does what you need. This way, that makes sense. That makes sense.